What's up guys, it's Mike back again today, MF Vape. Thanks for tuning into the channel, hope you're all doing very well indeed. Right, today I've been kindly sent over an RDA from UTech, so thank you very much for that, Nelson. It's called the Smith RDA and it's a rebuildable drip-in atomizer, which has also got a squonk pin too, so we've got it on top of the top side squonker. I've got the black version here and we've got the Ultim top cap piece as well. But you can also run this in single core mode also. So without further ado, we're going to go down low, show you the packaging like we normally do. We're going to throw a build in it today also. And then we'll come back up top and I'll give you my thoughts on the UD Smith. See you down low in a bit. Down at the table, we've got the Smith rebuildable drip-in atomizer from UTech. Right, quick look around this box. QR codes, we've got black or stainless steel there. Just shows you a picture of the different airflow configurations. We got the contents and the usual shenanigans on the back there. Right, so inside you'll find this little instruction manual. It's so tiny I can't even read it, but it does say Smith there. So original design by Smith. Right, on the inside the packaging, I should say, you'll find that we've got a couple of nice looking fuse Clapton space coils, so we're going to put them in the build today. Then you get your little baggie, lots of O-rings. We've got the regular 510 pin, which it does come installed with, by the way, but I've got it in squonk mode. And we've got these two rather beefy grub screws, gold plated grub screws and gold plated 510 pin. Right, and here is the Smith RDA. Right, on top we've got an 810 fitting drip tip, O-ring around the top there, so all of your goon size tips will fit in here. Excuse the moisture, it's recently been cleaned. So just notice there we've got the indentations to help you assist when adjusting the airflow or taking this top cap off. We'll just have a quick look on the bottom. So we've got you there, Smith RDA, serial number, and Iron Smith down below there. And this is the squonk pin, so it's removable by using a small flathead. So that's like that. Just put it on a little atty stand. Right, we've got it on the Dilly Gaff atty stand. You can purchase these on Facebook, so please check it out. So this airflow is adjustable. So you'll notice on either side, you can have this in single or dual core mode, by the way. Because if you just have a quick look inside this top cap, actually, you just see it's like made of some sort of Ultim or PEI. But you can either have it in dual core mode, where the airflow comes in from both sides, or you just spin it round and you can just have it in single core mode, so it just hits the one side. So we have got some doming going on there. So I'll just show you this airflow in working there. It's quite hard to pick up, but you just see there we've got a number of holes. It's between like 30 and 50 holes. I haven't actually counted it, but they're too small for me to count. But I believe that is fully open, and then you can just twist it around and you'll just see just about that it is closing off the holes, and what you adjust on one will be the same on the other side. Right, so this piece here actually does push inside the sleeve, as you'll notice there, which isn't ideal, but I just thought I'd better point that one out. Have a quick look at this deck then. Fully gold plated, and we've got a couple of O-rings around the bottom. They're not the beefiest in the world, but you'll notice we got a two-post deck with these really beefy grub screws. In fact, let's get our calipers out and have a little measure of them. Right, it's coming out about 4.7 millimeters. Just try that again just to make sure. Yeah, it's definitely close to 5 millimeters. So really beefy grub screws on this one. So we'll just zoom the camera in a little bit. Have a quick close up of this deck. As we can just see around the bottom here, we've got the peak insulator. This is there for your positive block. Just spin it round for you. The squonk pin is literally flush with the bottom of the deck, and as you can see here, we can put some real monsters of coils in this particular RDA. It's a very simple build deck, but you've just got to basically put both coils in at the same time, so you have one mounted here and one on the other side, or if you're in single coil mode you just have one mounted here. So let's put a build in it then. Right, so today we're going to be using the coils that came with it. Now these ones I've been using all week, and these are basically, I think they're tri-coil fuse from the Rolling Fog Modern Coils, so please check them out on Facebook, they're really good coils. But I did think I'd better check out these Uda ones just to test them, because people who are buying the kit will probably want to know what the actual coils actually taste like. So to help us today, we've got our little friendly coily tool, which is basically a tool that's used to make ensure that you cut even lengths on your coils. Now I've got the personalised one here, so if you check out the Facebook page and group and contact Simon Martin, you'll be able to find out exactly how you can purchase one of these, but you can find them in a lot of places now around the globe. So I measured earlier, this comes to around 5mm, that's what I've been using this week, so that's what we're going to do. So grab your little tool, push it in underneath like so. You grab your snips, keeping it pressed up from below, and snip it flush, just like that. And again. And there is the result. You've got a perfectly cut, even leg coil. So just to repeat the process on the other side. Right, so this is where the fun begins. So we've got to try and install both of these at the same time. So I like to use like a 3mm rod such as this one. I forgot to say this has actually got a lip on it, this RDA, so this piece here is raised slightly, so I needed to bear that in mind when we're doing the actual measurement. So I've just raised the coil down slightly, so it should be about perfect now. So right, today we've got some cotton from New Technology as well. They've sent over some miracle cotton here, so they've also sent me a box of wires too. So we've got the Uda wire box, builder's choice here. We've got a range of coil sizes. Let's have a look on the side here. So we've got Canthal A1, we've got 26 gauge. I think we've got twisted there. We've got Clapton, nickel 200, stainless steel 316 and nichrome. So you can get it in a nice little box like this. I will do a review at some point, but I thought I'd just show it off quickly. You've got to make sure the airflow can actually hit underneath the cord as well. So a quick little squonk. Right, so that's that. We can put the top cap back on now. Line up the airflow holes. And that's that. Right, this top cap hasn't got a stopper or anything, so you will like find it does just spin like that. So you just need to adjust it every time you want to like adjust it and have a look. Just take out off the top cap or take off this part here, and then you can just spin it round accordingly to your desired position. So that is that. So that is the Ude Smith coiled and wicked up. So let's go back up top and I'll tell you what I think about it. Right, we're back up top with the Ude Smith RDA. Right, what are my thoughts with this one then? Well, it's 24mm in diameter and you can run it in dual coil or single coil, so that's definitely a pro. We've got your 810 fitting drip tips, but it doesn't come with a 510 drip tip adapter, so maybe that could be a subjective con. Now it's got fully adjustable airflow and you've got all of those airflow holes there, which does help smooth out the flavour, so I think that's a really good thing. But I think it could have done with a stopper, so because when you do spin the actual airflow ring round, you do need to hold on to the barrel, much like a lot of RDAs, but newer ones that are coming out tend to have like a lock-in feature in, so it just makes it a little bit easier and when you want to take it off the actual mod. So that's a little con for me. Now I really do like the build deck with this. Those beefy grub screws you get with it really do lock the coils down nicely, and you've got, I know they're flatheads, but they're really easy to tighten down. So yeah, I like the build deck on this. The overall machining and everything is pretty darn good actually from Ude, because this is the first rebuildable that I've ever bought from Ude Technology. I didn't even know they made them, in fact. But yeah, so the fit and finish and the build quality is really pretty good with this one. We got a nice bit of doming on the top cap. This piece comes off nice and easy. We got a nice tolerance there. We have got a clear O-ring, which I forgot to mention down below, but we have got a nice bit of doming going on for the flavour, because it does intensify the flavour when you have a domed top cap in general terms. Now the airflow control, because I've got a black RDA and we've got all those airflow holes which are very small, I find it really hard to see where you've actually adjusted it. So you have to try and get it in the right light to see, because I can never tell if I've got it half open, quarter open or what. But so I tend to have to pull the cap up like so and then put it down by eye. So that's in a fully open position. We've got a 0.14 bill, which is the ones that came with it, and we've got it at 80 watts on the top side, and here we go. As you can hear, it's a very smooth vape, which is what I was going to be expecting with this. It's much like the Bonza style of vape, but we've even got even smaller holes with this one. So we've got the side airflow, the side multi-hole airflow, but it is smooth. But it's quite open though, this drawer. Just give you one more go. Trying to think on a 1 to 10 scale what I'll give it. I'll probably give it an 8 to 8.5. So there is a bit of restriction there, which you could imagine, because we've got all the airflow holes with all the metal in between, which is closing off the airflow. But let's just knock it down a little bit. Let's put it to about halfway. Let's try and do it by eye, because I can never tell. Just like that. A little bit of a squonk as well. Now this one really does squonk very well, and I've really found it hard to actually get this one to leak out of these side airflow holes, because they're so small it doesn't tend to come out. So that's a really good pro. So let's just give it a little toot. Right, half open. Feels a bit restrictive for me, that one. I think I had it closed too much. Let's try it like that. I've just got about a third of it shut now. starting to feel a little bit warm. I think we need to knock the wattage down to about 70. Yeah, that's a bit better. But for me personally, I think it actually works better with it fully open. I think the optimum flavour you'll get is with the airflow fully wide open, because you're getting maximum airflow coverage to the core. So I think it's like helping deliver that flavour better. Right, so what about that flavour then? Right, I've got a number of dual core rebuildable drip-in atomizers which I use on a regular basis. Notable ones for me, I like the Bonza, I like the Drop Dead, I like the Yagoons, the VLS. I've got a multitude of them which I really do enjoy on a rotational basis. Now this Ude Smith, it is pretty good, the flavour on it. I would say that it's a good 7.5 out of 10 for flavour, I would say, this one. It's really smooth, the airflow. It's just a very pleasurable vape, and I've been really getting on with it. And I think I noticed it on GearBest the other day for about $9 or $10. So if that is true, then it's a real bargain, this one. Now I'm not sure if they've released something called Smith at an earlier time, and this is an old model, or whether it's something that's just come out new. Because literally this just turned up in the post, along with the wire and the cotton that I showed you down below. So it was a little bit of a Brucey bonus, so I thought I'd give it a check out, and I'm thoroughly glad I did receive it, because it's a decent little RDA. So big thanks to Nelson at UTech for sending over for the purpose of this review. It really is appreciated, so thank you for that one, mate. Now if you did enjoy the video, guys, please give it a little thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel and you found it informative and useful, then why not consider subscribing, and make sure you hit the little bell notification, and then you'll be notified of all my latest videos. Now I've got my own website too, it's mfvape.co.uk. I've got my own VapeTube channel, which is another platform like YouTube, but it's specifically geared to vaping reviewers, so it would be great if you could check that one out too. And I'm also on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, so do check that out as well. So until next time, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.